So in the previous video I showed you a guide on using watercolour powders. In this video I'm going to show you a similar technique, but this time I'm going to use them in conjunction with stencils. So I've taped down my watercolour cardstock, and as you can see I'm currently spritzing some water through a stencil. And I've positioned that stencil over the watercolour card. I've probably used a bit too much water there, but we'll see what happens. Now I'm using the watercolour powder to just tap and sprinkle into the stencil. I'm going to carefully remove that stencil. There we go. Now I did get some seepage underneath the stencil. I think that's probably because I used a bit too much water, but actually I quite like this rough look. It's a good job really, isn't it? I'm just drying it off with the heat tool. It'll just stop that colour spreading any more than it already has. I'm going to be using this stencil again in a moment, so I'm just drying off and taking the colour off of that stencil. Okay, what you can see me spritzing there now is some masking fluid. I'll be doing a video later on in this series actually focusing on that as a creative tool. But my goal here is to mask off the spritzed area of the flower. And you can see there the actual masking fluid, it's coloured blue. So we can see we've got quite a good coverage of masking fluid through that stencil. I'm just letting that dry. In actual fact I did have to edit this because it does take a bit of time for that to dry. I'm now grabbing some water and I'm spraying it just loosely around the flower petals and around the flower. Trying not to get too much spread of water, I just want it to be really where that flower is. Grabbing the watercolour powders, and I'm focusing most of it on the centre of the flower and allowing the water to help seep and carry that colour around the flower petals. Now I'm just grabbing that fan brush again, and just with some clean water, what I'm going to do is just start moving some of that outer diluted watercolour paint out towards the tips of the flower. It'll look a proper mess at this stage because there's all the different things going on. We've got the masking fluid, we've got the watercolour powders and all the water. Just adding a little bit more water there to help soften off that colour. And now I'm going to dry it all off. Once a masking fluid is dried, using a heat tool is not a problem. Okay, that's dried off now. Just reaching for my putty eraser, and what this is going to do is help me rub away that masking fluid and reveal the white coloured cardstock underneath. You can already see a few bits appearing there. Having the masking tape hold the card in position actually is a help at this point, because it means I can just rub away and use my other hand to do anything else I needed to do. Two fabulous ideas from the same materials. However, I am actually going to go back into this now, and I'm going to put the stencil over the top of the previous design. And what I'm going to do is again spritz some water through like I did with the first design. And then I'm going to go in with some more powders. My goal here is to get some more definition in those flower petals, and perhaps some more intense colours. Okay, there we have the two designs side by side. And just before I show you the finished result, I'm going to dry the second version off. There we go, that's that done. Time, I think, to show you them side by side and closer. I hope you enjoyed that watercolouring technique tutorial. If you'd like to see more, then continue watching. In the meantime, please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you'll get notification whenever there's new videos uploaded.